Hello. I feel like going,
Hi,
hello. Yeah, because
morning.
it's just like suddenly appear. We've got the select group today. And I'm continuing to focus on neuropathy, so for movement in fingers and toes to help with that sort of numbness and tingling that can sort of occur for people. So I'll get in my chair and we'll get going. We might have a few people join us. Lovely to see you all. So, and I've got a slightly different thing at the end too today. So something, just a new little finish. So something new to try. So we'll start with our focusing on our breath. So feel the soles of the feet connecting with the earth. I'm being daring and having my bare feet today, but some of you probably might have socks or even slippers on if you're in a cold place like me. And feel a connection with the sit bones in the chair. You might like to close the eyes or gaze softly down. And palms can be down or up. I quite like to have my palms up for this first part because it sort of creates a little bit of broadness through the chest and it feels like you're ready to have a gift, receive. So beginning to notice the breath, the natural flow and rhythm of your breath. Let the spine lengthen and just soften the shoulders. Let go of any holding or gripping in the shoulders. The chin is gently tucked. And just feel the body beginning to calm and soften. Allowing yourself to relax and tune into the breath. Just taking this little bit of time out of your day to nurture yourself. And take 3 more rounds of breath here. Hips gradually lengthening and smoothing out the breath. The end of the next exhale, we'll do 3 rounds of our box breathing. So breathing in and then releasing the breath. And we'll start our box breath. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out. Pause, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2, 3, 4. Last one. In, 3, 4. Holding and pausing, 3, 4. Exhale, release, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 3, 4. And then taking a couple of breaths, just regular inhale and exhale. Coming back to your natural flow of breath. We'll bring our hands to heart center and we're just going to start with a couple of rounds of our sun breath. So inhale Fingertips floating up towards the sky. Exhale, expanding and opening through the heart, palms blowing down to the sides. Beautiful. Inhale, scooping up energy, lifting the palms. You don't have to reach too high, palms come together. Exhale, hands down through heart center. We'll do 2 more. Inhale, working in your own time with your own breath. Exhale. Fantastic. Inhale, scooping up, drawing energy back into the body. 1 more. Open, expand, heart space broadens. Inhale, reaching up. And drawing that loving energy back to the heart. Fantastic. Beautiful. We'll start with a few. We're going to start with our hands today. We did quite a bit with our arms last week, but today we're going to be more specifically working into the hands and then a bit into the feet. So we'll start with just spreading the hands, really piano hands I like to say. Spread your fingers as wide as they can, and then just closing into a fist. You can have the arms up or just down by the sides, whatever's comfortable. And just opening, really spreading the fingers out, and then closing. Stretching. And just feel that sort of, really that releasing, that opening and releasing out, and then the soft fist. And you might even change the thumb to be on the outside when you close, and then the next time you might close it onto the inside. Let's do a couple more. Just to release and sort of soften into the hands. We don't sort of have, unless we're playing the piano, we don't really get to really stretch our fingers out. Beautiful. 1 more. Okie dokie. And then bring the hands together, clasping, and we're going to do that wave-like movement, which is always a bit of a challenge. This is a good one to practice at home. It's quite good for getting into the wrists. So that. And then going the other way. One way you find that you can do it quite a lot easier than the other way. Well, you all look like you're experts. Beautiful. Do a couple more in this direction. Feel the, here we are. And then see if you can go back the other way again. Because you sort of get into your rhythm and then reversing it's always a bit of a challenge. Okay, and then we'll do a little shake out of the wrists. Some days that's easy and some days it's not so easy. Depends. It's a good one for waking up the brain, clearing the brain fog. Okay, and then holding the hand, maybe the right hand out in front of you. And we're just going to do a little stretch. So drawing we'll start with the thumb. Just draw the thumb back gently, stretching into the fingers. So pointer, big finger, ring finger, and little finger. And then you can always work your way back, so working backwards on that same hand. And sometimes you can sort of feel that stretch, not too, just a nice lengthening all down into the wrist. And then we'll start with the other side, so the thumb. You have to be gentle with the thumb because it doesn't kind of go quite the same way as the fingers. Going back, ring finger, big finger. Oh, we've got a little click there. And then thumb. Beautiful. A little shake, maybe a open and close, or a little shake of the wrists. Okay. And then we're going to do a variation on one we've done before. So bringing the hands just to face forward. And I'll do the side for you just so you can sort of see. So we've got our hands here and we're going to do the head of the bird. And then like the body of the bird, so a soft fist. And then we're going to make the bird fly, so we're going to do a little swoop. So head up like the beak, the body, and then swoop. So it's a good one into working into the top of the wrists. Beak, body, swoop. Let's do two more. Oh, your birds look beautiful. So beak, body, swoop. Beak, body, swoop. Beautiful. Fantastic. And our next hand and wrist movement is bringing one hand into a soft, so we're going to have our hands in front, one hand's forming a soft fist, and you're just going to use resistance. So the elbows can be a little lifted. We're going to press our fist into our hand and our hand into our fist, just to create resistance. You can feel the sort of arms turning on, lifting up. In this particular, we'll try and keep breathing. We want to keep that resistance. And this is really good for wrist flexibility, and it helps with building sort of strength in the wrist, and also things like carpal tunnel and that sort of, so helping with those sort of movement sort of things in the wrist as well. So trying to keep the breath flowing. And then we'll release that, and we're going to go to the other side. So hand up and the other one. So we're sort of the top of that fist is level, and then the knuckles going into the hand, trying to keep the elbow. So we're sort of making almost an L shape. The hands, you can see the wrist is making that L shape, but my hand might be a little curled over. So breathing, maybe take one or two more breaths, trying to keep the body lifted as well, that we're not sort of ending up with our kind of a bit less active body. One more breath. Oh, we're all worn out now. That'll shake out. Okay. And then just to free up those wrists, let's bring our hands together. We'll do our nice figure eight with the wrists. So we've done a bit of strengthening, and we'll do a little bit of flexibility into the wrists. Beautiful. And then circling, doing that figure eight in the opposite direction. You sometimes have to pause and think about that. Beautiful. And then pause for a moment, move the fingers along so you've got the funny clasp, and then we'll do 5 or so figure eights in each direction there. Beautiful. And going the other way, that's my sort of trick one. Funny clasp, opposite non-familiar. Perfect. Okie dokie. And then one more little shake out. And we're just going to bring our hands out, palms up. And taking a breath in here, expanding, let the shoulders soften down. Sometimes the shoulders like to leap up. So shoulders soft, inhale, open to receive. Exhale, hands come to the shoulders. Inhale to broaden out, so elbows out, expanding and opening. Exhale, elbows forward, reaching out, extending. Let's do 2 more. Hands to shoulders. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. When you're expanded here, we'll extend the arms out. Find that extra little stretch in the inner wrist, so that dropping the backs of the hands down. Maybe you bring the arms back a little more to broaden. Exhale, hands come into a fist and touch the shoulders. We'll do 1 more. Inhale, extending. You can really feel that sort of stretch if you can drop the hand back, the sort of backs of the hands down. Exhale, palms to shoulders, elbows in, reaching forward. Hands can come down. We'll do a couple of rolls into our shoulders. Gently circling the shoulders down and back. And forward, up, round. Maybe 1 more in this direction. Beautiful. And then back. And try and, I know we're circling the shoulders and we're lifting, but try and let them really drop away when they come down. And then if you want to, you can continue with that movement with bringing the hands to the shoulders and drawing the elbows forward. So this can be as big or as small as suits you. You could work with just your shoulders or even just using your arms. But if you've got enough space in that area, then see if the elbows can come to touch. And then we're going to circle back and see if the backs of the hands can come to touch overhead. Okie dokie. And then we'll release. And 1 more movement into the shoulders. We're just going to do some swimming. Forward. And swimming the shoulders back. Fabulous. Here we are. Perfect. And then if you want to do a couple of just rolls forward and back to just come back to normal. And now we'll move into, so we've sort of moved into that part of the body, and we're going to just work through a few rounds of our cat-cow, just to create a little bit of softening and lengthening into the spine. So we'll start with our feet together and that nice broadening through the chest. And then that rounding and dropping forward. Now this movement can be whatever feels good in your body. So sometimes it's nice to move through a traditional sort of cat-cow. Sometimes you want to make a few organic movements, a little bit of sort of swaying or even a little horseshoe movement. So see what feels good in your body. See what your body feels like it needs today. Expanding through the heart space and rounding. Feel that broadening through the back. So it's a really good one for sort of really creating space in the chest and the upper back. You're sort of working into the lumbar spine as well. The whole of the back's getting a little bit of a workout here, gently softening and releasing. Excuse me, sorry. Okie dokie. And then if you want to add a few movements, you can add the arms, a little broadening and rounding. you want to, you can also add the legs with your lifting of your leg. Using the breath, so always exhaling when you're rounding and inhaling when you're opening out. So choose what feels good in your body today. Maybe you like a simple movement. Do a couple more rounds of breath here, maybe 3 or 4. Just start to notice parts of the body that are beginning to soften, or where you need to let go of a little bit of tension or release something. Okie dokie. And then let's bring the feet a little wider. We'll start with our circling. So circling in, still continuing to work into the spine. Circling forward and then round into the back. Noticing softening into the hip area. Feeling into the fluid movement. If you're going one way, changing, going the other way. Couple more movements in this direction, or if you need to do 1 or 2 more in the other direction, just to even up. Beautiful. And then we'll come back to center. Just see if it's comfortable to bring the feet a little wider, sort of lengthening up through the body. And I quite like this sort of seated version of our goddess pose, where you can feel a little bit of lengthening through that inner thigh area. Feel like you're trying to tuck your tailbone, drawing the knees out, pressing down through the soles of the feet. And just bring the hands to heart center. Maybe the elbows are a little lifted. Feel that lifting and drawing up through the body. Beautiful. Take 3 breaths here. Continuing to try and sort of extend and expand through that inner leg. Elbows might be a little lifted, shoulders relaxed. 1 more breath here. Perfect. And then we'll bring the left forearm to rest on that thigh. If the legs are getting a bit tight, you can bring them a little wee bit closer together. And we'll find a gentle side stretch here. So see what feels good. Maybe you bring your hand just to the hip and slightly gaze up. You could bring your hand to the shoulder. The elbow could lift a little. You might come into a cactus. It's quite nice to keep the hand down actually and just feel that sort of lengthening through the side body. The gaze can be wherever it feels good, down, out to the side, or you can even gaze up. Just keep that breath flowing, focusing on that lengthened, soft rhythm of the breath. And then we'll inhale, lifting up. We're going to do the other side, so letting that forearm come down. You can even bring the first finger and thumb to touch in a mudra. This first finger and thumb, actually, this is the mudra for calm. So if you'd like a little more calm. Sending the breath into the side of the body, into that left lung. Two more breaths here. And then when you really inhale to rise back up, we'll just bring the feet in somewhere where it's comfortable. We're going to move through a few twists. So the other week we did a twist where we changed the position of the arms, and I thought it would be more a good challenge for the brain to just do one. We'll just do it. So we're going to do our hands in one place and then the next place and then the next place instead of a few repetitions with one arm movement, just to keep our brains active. I obviously need it today. Brains working okay. So we're going to start giving ourselves a hug. So the elbows can be a little lifted, or if it's more comfortable to keep them relaxed down. Take a breath in to lengthen the body. Exhale, gentle twist to the right. Inhale, back to centre. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, back to centre. Bring the arms into I Dream of Jeannie. Exhale, right. Inhale, back. Exhale, left. Inhale, back to centre. Fingertip to fingertip. Beautiful. Twisting round. Inhale, back. Exhale, twist. Inhale, back. Arms out. You can have palms pressing away if that feels okay. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. Bring the hands back to the hug. See if you can remember which way you had the hands before. Twisting. Oh, let's go to the other side. Starting twisting to the left. Back to centre. To the right. Back to centre. It's amazing. I Dream of Jeannie. It's interesting how as the hands sort of get wider, you have a little more range of movement. Inhale, back. Exhale. Inhale, back. Fingertip to fingertip. Inhaling. Exhale. Inhale. Arms out. Last one each side. Coming back. Twisting round. And back to centre. Releasing the arms down. The arms might have got a bit heavy by then. Might even do a little shake out and a wriggle into the arms. Perfect. Fantastic. So let's start to do a little bit of movement into our legs because we don't want to run out of time. No, we've got enough time. So we'll start with our favourite ankle circles. You might want to move back in your chair to make it a little bit easier to support the leg. Circling into the ankle, and then she'll do the other wrist. So doesn't matter which side you've started with, but whichever foot you're circling, you circle the other wrist, other direction. Perfect. Fantastic. Starting other foot, other wrist. Reverse it. And the breath you could do, depending on how slow, you can do one breath per circle or inhale, exhale. And then we'll do both. Here we are, look. See if we can go really slowly. Should we try and do it figure eight? How are we going? Perfect. Okay. Releasing that down. And we're going to move into our next movement, which is our lifting and lowering. So might have to come a little further forward on the chair, depending on what suits. And we'll start with just the legs and then we'll add the arms. So inhale to lift the leg, point the toe, inhale, exhale, lift, point, inhale, exhale. See if you can keep going and add in the arm. Lift, extend, bend, lower. Lift, extend, inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. We'll do one more of these. Lifting and lowering. See if we can do both. Lift, extend, lift, lower. One more. Lift, extend, bend, release. Fantastic. That one's a bit more challenging. It's a wee bit more tricky. Now we're going to do a point and flex. Quite like to do the point and flex. So lift the right leg up and then point the toe and flex the foot as you lower it, if that's comfortable. So point, flex, point, flex, point, flex, and then come back up, flex, point, flex, point. Oh look, you're all doing it perfectly. Point, flex, point. It's someone else's phone. Okay, so probably done a few extras on that side while I've been rushing off, so we'll try the other side. So pointing the toe, flex, point, flex, point, flex, point, flex, point, flex. Moving back up. There's a little bit to think about with this one when you're trying to focus on lifting and lowering and pointing and flexing. Okay, one more. Our feet will be well strengthened and stretched. It's also really good for the calf muscle, the hamstring. And once you touch the ground, you can release that down. Got a couple more movements into one of the things that can often, limit mobility is your hips. So we're just working into a little bit more flexibility in the hips as well. So our next one is our either lifting up and placing down, inhale, exhale, or you can slide the foot open and closed. So maybe 3 or 4 gentle movements opening up into the hips on the side. Open, close, open, close. Other side. Sliding that leg out and drawing it back in towards the body. Inhale to open. And drawing that knee back together. Beautiful. And our last movement into our hips, clasping under the knee. And we're just going to circle. So it's like a circling from side to side. Like an oval circle, I guess. So 3 or 4 in each direction. And changing sides. And bringing that foot back. And extending your right leg long as it's comfortable. So you've got that nice long line of energy down the leg. And then we'll bring the opposite hand to rest on the low back. So just to support the low back. Beautiful. Inhale to reach up with the fingers. Exhale, folding down. You don't need to go too far. So you might find it comfortable to bring the hand to the thigh or the shin, or maybe further down. See what feels good for you and your body. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, fold. Do 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. This time when we come down, you might like to release the other hand and just fold there for a moment. If you feel any dizziness or lightheadedness, just keep the gaze forward. You don't have to drop the head all the way down. And if it feels a little too strong in the leg, then bring the hands a little further up, just so you can feel a little bit of extension through the back of that leg. If you're folded forward, then we're just going to rise back up using cactus arms to support our back. So inhale, bring the arms into a cactus, rising up, bringing the hands back to beside the body, and we'll swap over. We'll do that same stretch on the other side. So if your left leg's extended, your right leg will be behind you. Inhale to lift. Just be careful if you find that you've got too much of a stretch in the back of the leg. You can have a soft, slightly soft knee with this extended leg. So make sure that you're not causing yourself any discomfort. Exhale forward. Inhale, lift. We'll do 3 more and we'll hold at the bottom. Use the breath. So the inhale to lift, drawing the navel to the spine and using that hand to help so we're not using our back. Exhale forward. Inhale up. And fold and hold. Maybe release both hands down. Find those options that suit you. Whatever feels good. Take 1 more round of breath here. And you're bringing the arms into the cactus to rise up. Beautiful. Bringing the hands back to the lap. And just maybe making your way back into your comfortable position in your chair. And we will do our usual meditation, but I thought we'd just do a little bit of a breath focus with our working through like some mudras. So bring the hands to rest on the tops of the thighs. And then you're just going to bring your first finger and thumb to touch. And you're finding that comfortable position. Maybe closing down the eyes and tuning back into the breath. And this position of the fingers helps to bring calm to the body. Just thinking of feeling calm or something that is calming to you. I'm just noticing that calming sensation, that feeling, that thought washing over you. Feel that sense of peace, that sense of stillness and quiet in the body. Now we're going to bring the big finger, our middle finger, to touch. And this is our mudra for patience. So Bringing that thumb, the big finger to touch. Feeling patient. Maybe thinking of a time when you were really patient. Sense of no hurry. There's no rush. There's plenty of time to do whatever you need to do. Just relaxing, enjoying the moment. Moving now to bring the ring finger and the thumb to touch. This is our mudra for confidence. So feel a sense of confidence washing over you. Here I am. I feel confident. Think of times when you knew you expressed confidence. Maybe thinking about other people that you've seen that you admire that have been really confident. And then bringing our little finger and our thumb together. So the other fingers are long, spread out, and we've just got our thumb connecting to our little finger. This is our mudra for intuition, that feeling of knowing, of trusting our own instincts, being intuitive. So trusting your gut, it's your tummy brain, feeling a sense of intuitiveness, of intuition. Taking one more breath here. And then you can bring whichever one of those mudras you would like. Bring your hands into one. So your calm, patience, confidence, or intuition. Just bring your fingers into that last mudra. And let the body soften, relax. Feel the feet connecting with Mother Earth, the soles of the feet, creating that sense of grounded connectedness. Let the legs relax, sit bones, pressing down into the chair. The whole pelvis grows heavy. Be aware of the belly as it rises and falls with the breath. Spine feels lengthened and soft. Heart space broadens. That sense of love and gratitude. Shoulders soften, releasing tension, letting go of anything that is not serving you. Let the back of the neck go long, whole face, whole body, comfortable, relaxed, at ease. Feeling a deep sense of peace and harmony washing over you. those sensations flow through the body with the breath. Knowing you can return to this wonderful, calm, serene state at any time. Breathe in peace. Breathe in calm. Breathe in stillness. And gently releasing whatever mudra you have selected. Maybe a little wriggle in the fingers, a little wiggle in the toes. And then bringing the palms of the hands together, rub them. Create a little bit of warmth. Bringing the warmed hands to cup the eyes. Rubbing the hands together again. Placing the palms over the eyes again. Blink, blink. Take your hands and wrap them around your shoulders. Give yourself a great big hug. Say to yourself, I feel peaceful and calm. Unwrapping the arms, wrap them in the other direction. Give yourself another great big hug. Say to yourself, I feel patient and confident. When you're ready to release that hug, bring the palms together at heart center. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om, peace, peace, peace. The inner calm in me sees and recognizes the inner calm in all of you. Namaste. Thank you all. Have a wonderful day.